everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 build video. My name is Ashley, and for those of you who have not met me yet, I do Sims 4 base game builds, so you don't need any expansions for my builds, just the base game will do and you're good to go. So today we are building a modern bachelor pad. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, and it can fit 2 Sims technically, but I would probably just put 1 just so you can take full advantage of the bachelor pad vibe of it. It is on a 30 by 20 lot, and it costs 103,000 simoleons, but I think it varies depending on where you put the lot. Definitely for a bit more of a wealthier Sim, but some key features of the build is it has a pool, a bar, a barbecue, an outdoor patio, sound system throughout the entire thing. It's basically your perfect party house. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey guys, so this was actually one of my earlier builds. It might have been my second or third build, but it wasn't my complete first one. It wasn't my first one. I think it might have been my second or third. So I was still kind of learning, and with this one I kind of challenged myself with the diagonal wall situation and kind of played around with more like geometric shapes and the high ceilings and stuff. So I really liked that, and I really do like making kind of more modern and contemporary builds because I live downtown, so I'm more surrounded by modern architecture all the time and also more contemporary interior design with kind of lobbies and stuff like that, and also like say the interior of my house or my friend's house who lives downtown. It's usually more contemporary and more modern designs, kind of like what you see in like magazines and stuff for like contemporary stuff. So I really enjoy making those types of houses, and you know, versus traditional houses, because I don't really see traditional houses very often because I don't live downtown. I mean, I live downtown, so it's always a lot of high rises and stuff like that. So what I really like about this build especially is the large windows. I think with these modern buildings you can get away with, or modern houses, sorry, you can get away with, you know, having huge large windows versus maybe a more traditional family home. You would want to have smaller windows and a bit more curtains to have some more privacy with your family and stuff. But for this one, and especially for this house in particular and the Sim that lives here, I think that the person who lives here, because it is kind of like a bachelor pad, they would want to be throwing a lot of parties, and you know, privacy wouldn't be as much of an issue because they probably want people to be looking in and looking at their awesome parties and their expensive furniture, and maybe he or she would want them to be kind of jealous because, you know, he's some rich bachelor. So yeah, I think that these large windows without the curtains really adds to the vibe of the house. And the other thing that I really like about contemporary builds is you can make them very minimalistic. So with this one, I keep the foyer area really simple, just white walls, not a lot of furniture. I kept the concrete flooring, and it's just super simple and clean and open feeling. And even with the kitchen too, I did an all white kitchen, so it is a little bit more just like crisp and clean and, you know, minimalistic. So I think that's a really unique feature of more contemporary designs. And especially with this house, if there's only going to be one Sim living here, there probably isn't going to be a lot of clutter or a lot of, you know, stuff to fill the house because there is only one person living here. So there's no toys everywhere because there's no young children. You're not going to have a ton of as many family pictures, say, on the walls because, you know, it's a single person house. So I really liked that, and I think I decorated it in such a way that really matches the vibe of the house. And I think it's kind of ironic with the extra big dining table. It kind of indicates that, you know, it's not for the person living here, but it's for all the parties that are going to be thrown here. So that being said, I don't think that I would actually want to live in this house. I know, It's beautiful, and I love the decorating. Well, if I do say so myself, I was the designer, but I I like the idea of roommates, and I like the idea of living with people and with friends. I mean, I say that now because I'm young, but I think I like living with friends and having friends to like chill out with when I come home, or on lazy Sundays to hang out with, and just someone to talk to, so I'm not kind of lonely in this big, high ceilinged house all by myself. So that also being said, I have had, my fair share of horrible roommates, and that's got me thinking about the idea that not everyone should be a roommate, if you know what I mean. Like, some people just aren't cut out to be roommates. Some people are just meant to live alone and meant to live in a house like this where they can have, their own space. Because I had a roommate in my sophomore year, and I spoke about this in my last couple videos. Me and my friend moved into our sophomore apartment, and it was a 4-bedroom apartment through the university housing. So it was a 4-bedroom, so we didn't get to choose the other 2 roommates. They were randomly assigned to us through the university. And the thing is, when you get randomly assigned roommates, the most you could ask for, and this is a very important lesson about roommates, the most you can ask for when you have a randomly assigned roommate, or even someone that maybe you know, but you don't know them very well, the most you can ask for is for them to be normal. Normal, and I cannot stress that enough, that normal is so hard to come by nowadays. There are so many crazies out there. Normal is rare. It is rare. So normal, livable, and clean are very, very important factors or characteristics of a roommate. And let me tell you, one of my roommates who was randomly assigned to us, she was not normal. She was not normal at all. And first of all, she didn't move in for like 2 weeks into school. So we were kind of thinking, like, where is this girl? Is she missing school? Like, school has started. Where is she? Did she drop out? We're not sure. And finally she shows up. And the third roommate, by the way, is completely normal. We like her. She's not our friend, but we like her. But this fourth girl, and I can't remember her name for the life of me, so we're just gonna call her Jen. She was such a horrible roommate that I literally have erased her from my brain, so I cannot remember what her name is. I just can't. What is her name? Honestly, I can't even try. I don't even have her on Facebook. Nothing. She is gone from my life. But we're going to call her Jen. So Jen finally shows up after, 2 weeks into school, just casually rolling in, even though class has already started. Like, anyways, as soon as we meet her, we're like, oh no, we are not going to be friends with this girl. That's for sure. So that's fine. But every day when she left for lunch, like, we would all eat lunch at home, but she would go out to eat. And because we lived in a really high-tech new apartment building, each of our individual rooms had locks on the doors, like a key card lock, like a hotel room, basically. So it was really secure. So you couldn't just walk into someone else's room randomly. We all had individual locks on the room. And because it was super high-tech, when you exited the room, the door would also lock behind you. So it automatically locked, exactly like a hotel room. You don't have to manually lock anything. So when Jen would leave, she would obviously close the door, and the door would lock behind her, and then she would leave, and then 5 minutes later, she would come running back, sprinting back into the room, and like start pulling on the door handle for, I'm not joking, 45 seconds to 1 minute, because she thought that she didn't lock her door. So we told her, girl, you don't have to lock the door. It locks on its own. So she kind of like ignored us the first time. We're like, okay, we're just trying to help, whatever. And then every single day after that, every time she would leave the house, 5 minutes later, again, come sprinting back to try and make sure the door was locked. And she would pull on the door handle for a minute every single time. Every time, 1 minute, not even joking. And it came to a point that we're like, okay, we thought it was a one-time thing, but she does it every single time. Turns out she didn't trust us. She just thought that we were thieves and that we were all going to, break into her room. Honestly, I know where she's coming from because I thought my roommate was going to be a kleptomaniac. Watch my first video. And basically, she thought we were all going to be thieves, and she would do it every single time. And it just made things really awkward, Like, if you confront someone and they say that you're a thief, and it's like, okay, no, but okay. So, honestly, she's an example of someone who she shouldn't have gotten a place where she had roommates. She should have just lived on her own. And this girl ended up, causing us a lot of difficulties. And believe me, there are so many stories, and I will definitely have to expand later in more videos. But yeah, that was my roommate who thought I was a kleptomaniac. So that's nice of her. I mean, think what you want about other people, honestly, but if you're that paranoid that all of your roommates are thieves, then I think you might have to either move out or, I don't know, but she took it to a whole other level, I'm telling you guys. I do add a roof on the house. Like I said, it was one of my first ones, so I wasn't really comfortable with the roof tool. And yeah, I put it in the screenshots at the end, so stay tuned for that. Well, that concludes our modern bachelor pad build today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you think I should build next. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends, or if you want to see more weekly Sims 4 base game build videos. I upload once per week at the same time every week, so I will see you guys next week. Bye everyone!